I have nothing but the utmost respect for what you've built with WordPress. It's an incredible achievement, and you've been justly rewarded for that accomplishment. No need to squeeze the lemon that hard. It's undermining open source as a whole. Can't believe I'm opening a video with this, but I fully agree with DHH here. Matt's gone kind of mad. And that's not without people trying to hold him back. I've seen a lot of comments like, where are Matt's loved ones? Why is nobody trying to talk him out of what's going on here? I have. It didn't work. I want to break down everything that's been going on, what I've tried to do, and where we're at now. But first, we need to cover how we got here. If you've kept up with the drama up until this point, there will be timestamps below so you can skip to the new stuff. But I wanted to do a quick overview for those who haven't been keeping up because it's a little crazy. The starting point of all of this drama was when Matt, the CEO of WordPress.com, the creator of original WordPress and the guy who runs this company, Automatic, was upset with a brand named WP Engine. WP Engine is one of many places where you can host WordPress. WP Engine was acquired by private equity firm Silver Lake and has been pushing to make things a little more profitable on the WP Engine side. They also haven't contributed a whole lot back to WordPress. There are important things that they help run, be it the ACF plugin, which is Advanced Custom Fields, be it the money they were putting into WP GraphQL, be it the sponsorships of events like WordCamp. But as far as Matt was concerned, they weren't contributing enough. If that was the point Matt was making and he did that in a calm way, I could see this having gone a very different direction, but that's not what happened. Matt went kind of mad. He somehow convinced himself that he was owed an 8% royalty fee for all of the money that WP Engine makes, which is absurd. I did an interview with him about how absurd this was. Primogen also did as well. Great content, but I'm not expecting you guys to go watch that 2 hours of absolute madness. In Matt's own words, things went nuclear. He decided it was time to make WP Engine the worst possible platform, and he made it very clear he wanted to make WP Engine customers hurt. The first big thing he did was restrict WP Engine user access to WordPress.org, which is the system where you do plugins and updates to your WordPress stuff. It's one of the main reasons WordPress has finally gotten secure over the last few years. So taking that away from them is just destroying the potential security and path for updates on one of the most popular WordPress providers, all out of spite and jealousy. And this is when the sentiment towards Matt started to plummet fast, because it was clear he was willing to hurt not just WordPress users on WP Engine, but the WordPress community as a whole in order to further his goals of hurting WP Engine in every way he could. And man, it's spiraled since. It seems like this particular plugin, ACF, was a sore spot for him, which is why he made a public announcement that they'd found security issues with the plugin, and also made an interesting statement. Let's see if I can find it here. What are the best alternatives to advanced custom fields for people who want to switch away? Is there an easy way to migrate? I suspect there are going to be millions of sites moving away from it in the coming weeks. This was an interesting threat, and it didn't go quite how he expected. In fact, things have spiraled quite a bit. And here's where we get into the more modern news. There's a bunch of details I skipped from before. There's just too many details to keep track of all of them in one short, concise video. Sorry about that. The last update you got from me was when a second legal document was published by WP Engine in the form of a lawsuit towards Matt Mullenweg and Automatic for all of the terrible stuff they've done, including but not limited to Matt threatening the CEO of WP Engine, pretending to do an interview, and then threatening to go to the board of the company saying that she was interviewing at other places. It's borderline extortion, some of the things that have been going on here. I still can't fathom it, that the same person I was talking to is doing all of this shit. And I've tried my hardest to talk him off these cliffs, but it just keeps getting worse. He announced that ACF had some severe security issues that they were going to responsibly disclose, even though they just went public talking about it. The issue is, at the same time, they put up this wonderful little login blocker. Let me see if I can find it. I know I have it pinned somewhere here. They put up this wonderful blocker when you try to sign into WordPress.org that says that you are not affiliated with WP Engine in any way, financially or otherwise, that you have to check to sign in, which means that if you're WP Engine associated, including the people who are working on the ACF plugin, you can't go into WordPress.org to update the plugin. That's bad enough. So is this login field, by the way. For what it's worth, I did a call with Matt the day before he published this and adamantly pushed that he should not do this, that the only thing he could get from putting this little checkbox at the bottom of the WordPress.org sign-in is a lot of shit and just a massive dump on the sentiment towards him and WordPress. And I was entirely right. It's unbelievable that he did this and that he thought it would get any positivity towards him or anything. It seems like he's willing to let his own reputation sink to the ground if there's any possibility of dragging WP Engine down with him. 20 plus years of good sentiment burned in days because Matt can't fucking stop himself. And I know you're watching this, Matt. Why have you not responded to my last set of texts? Are you ashamed? Because you seem ashamed. You know what you're doing is shit, and you need to stop. Not even for you, not even for your employees, the like however many are still left, but for all of the people in the community that you built, that you're burning in front of them. It's unbelievable. And it gets worse from here, believe it or not. Somebody posted that they can't contribute to WordPress anymore because they've spent money on WP Engine, to which someone, Matt said it's not him, but it's clearly him. Someone replies, "Sorry, who are you?" from the official WordPress account. Are you kidding? Are you kidding? Yeah, believe it or not, the thumbnail for this video, not clickbait. This actually happened. Yeah. What the fuck? Poor Laura, by the way. I can't believe that this is going on. And all the replies are, "This is the least professional and most community-destroying behavior I've ever seen in our software world. You're destroying a legacy that took dozens of years and thousands of people spending months of their lives. And you're dismantling it one tweet at a time." Absolutely agree. That's not even including all the people that the WordPress account is blocking, including people who contributed huge things like api.wordpress.org being blocked by the official account. It's unfathomable. And I've told Matt explicitly, he needs to stop posting on this account. He needs to stop blocking people. He needs to stop doing this. And he's ignored all of my requests. His favorite thing to reply is, "There's a team running the account. I can't stop all of them." Yes, you fucking can, Matt. You're the boss. And here's where I think things have fallen apart in a way they will never recover. This is from the official Advanced Custom Fields Twitter account. "We've been made aware that the Advanced Custom Fields plugin on the WordPress directory has been taken over by WordPress.org. A plugin under active development has never been unilaterally and forcibly taken away from its creator without consent in the 21-year history of WordPress." So what does this mean? Look at the URL here. This is wordpress.org/plugins/advanced custom fields. And the plugin that it is showing is Secure Custom Fields by wordpress.org. What they did is they forked the plugin, made no actual changes to it, and then republished over the same slug, which means any users who are using WordPress.org as their update system that have previously installed Advanced Custom Fields, they will be automatically updated to a fork by WordPress.org that has nothing to do with the original Advanced Custom Fields plugin by WP Engine. That is actually unprecedented in the history of open source software. I've never seen the platform that hosts a plugin like this maliciously take over something that was being maintained properly and in good faith by its original authors purely out of spite. This is unfathomable. And I am far from the only person saying this. It's basically universally agreed that this was an absolute shit show. Here's a great one from an ex-employee of Automatic. "I worked at Automatic for 5 years with some of the smartest and kindest people I've ever met. Many I still consider friends. But this latest action from Photomat is so dirty and underhanded that I'm ashamed I ever worked there. I would have taken the offer to leave 100%. Here is the Slack message that Matt sent about the fork. Notice the emoji reactions here. By the way, half the people who clicked the clown one got banned just for clicking the clown emoji. 161 downvotes. Absolute insanity. Almost nobody is supporting Matt at this point. He has gone absolutely mad. Here's Steve from the JavaScript community. "I actually believed WordPress was in the right on this whole conflict at first, but definitely not anymore." Yeah, I was always iffy. It seemed to me like Matt was having a bit of a meltdown, but this is just unbelievable. Another from DHH, who I think has done a great job of being reasonable here, like as much as I have issues with him in the past. He understands open source well. He's very respectable in terms of how he thinks open source should work and be run. And for him to come out says a lot. "Matt, don't turn into a mad king. I hold your work on WordPress in the highest esteem, and I recognize the temptation of gratitude grievances. But that must remain a moral critique, not a commercial crusade." Absolutely agree. Another from DHH. "This is totally crazy. Like if the operators of rubygems.org just decided to expropriate the official Ruby gems, hand over control to a new team, and lock the core team out of it. We're in uncharted and dangerous territory for open source now. What a sad sight." Absolutely agree. This offers potential massive danger to the entire open source community. And if this becomes the norm, if other open source providers of open source software think this is okay and use this as a precedent to do their own shit, If like NPM starts doing stuff like this, like imagine if NPM took a random popular package like Express and just published their own fork under the same Express tag. So when you NPM install, you get their clone of it instead from GitHub and no ability to get the original anymore. That should be illegal. Like, what? This is unbelievable. The craziest part is they're continuing to defend themselves as though they are right about it. They claimed that this has happened in the past, but the example that happened before was a plugin that had been entirely, like, they claimed that this happened before, but the example they gave is a plugin that was abandoned, and they say that this is part of their ability to do whatever, and they claimed that this plugin was abandoned. There's a really good meme from DHH I want to find for this one. So someone replied, when a plugin author gets blocked, something needs to be done to protect the users and keep security updates happening. This is especially true for a plugin with 2 million plus active installations. To which DHH replied, this wonderful meme, who blocked the plugin author? Who blocked them? Yeah, this is actually unbelievable that the WordPress core whatever, I don't know if there's many other people who are doing this or if it is just Matt. Matt claims it's others. I'm pretty sure it's just Matt. To continue doing this shit over and over again, putting themselves in this situation, taking the worst possible action to get out of it, and then claiming they couldn't help themselves because of the situation. That is the pattern that's been established. Matt overreacts to something, does something absurd, that puts them in a bad scenario. Then he overreacts again, claiming he had to do that because of the scenario they're in. This started when he just blasted WP Engine for no reason, and they came out putting out a cease and desist saying, hey, this needs to stop. And then Matt did the worst possible thing of blocking their access to WordPress.org because they put him in that position by making it a legal thing. No, Matt, you put yourself in this fucking position. You keep putting yourself in this position. You keep digging the goddamn hole I offered to help you dig out of. You have my number. You've called me about these things. And yet you still fucking do it. The next time you call me and say you're going to do some dumb shit, I tell you it's dumb shit, and you do it, it's over. It'd be ignorant of me to think I'm the only person in your life telling you these things, but either I'm the only one telling you and you've surrounded yourself with yes men, or you're ignoring everybody in your life with better judgment. So here's to you, Matt. This is your opportunity. This is your last chance. Many probably aren't even giving you this chance. In fact, look at the comment section here. I'm sure no one else is, but I will. You get one more chance. You need to put out a big formal apology, shut the fuck up, and wait it out. You have done too much damage. Any further comms that is in the form of anything other than apology is doing nothing but hurting the community you spent over 20 years building. And if you're okay with watching them burn because you're on this stupid fucking crusade, have at it, Matt. I'm done.